Okay? And first of all, that's why segregation was actually a good thing, man. All right? Because the Most High created Israel to be separate, created us to be separate from all these different nations, man. All right? So when you have like Martin Luther King, that clown, because he was nothing but a coon, okay? And he was paid off by the elite to do what he did, all right? To try and bring the Judites together with Esau. And what did that do for them? Look at the condition that Judah's in right now, all right? They're in a terrible condition, man. They're in the projects, they're in the ghetto. But when we were amongst ourselves, we had businesses, we were flourishing, man. We were doing a lot better. Let's put it that way, okay? Obviously, Esau was still over us. We still had our enemies over us, but we were doing a lot better, man. All right? When there was segregation, so to speak, okay? And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. All right? And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. And Israel as a whole, that's what our people are going through, man. Okay? You go to America, man, you don't know if you're going to be shot down by another Israelite, or if you're going to be shot down by the police, man. All right? Your life is basically unsure, man. Okay, you don't know if you're gonna make it from day to day, man. All right, you go to Haiti, you go to Jamaica. All right, it's the same thing, man. Okay, why? Because the Most High put that upon us for disobeying the law, statutes, and commandments that He gave to us, man. Okay, there's a reason for that. In the morning thou shalt say, would the Most High it were even. And at even thou shalt say with the Most High it were morning. So basically you'd be praying that you make it to the morning, that you make it to the evening. Our people do that, man. My mother does that. My grandmother does that. Okay? That's in our spirit to do that. All right? But it's when you go to these different places on the earth where our people dwell, a lot of places real severe like that, man. A lot of times the murder rate is high. A lot of times the police are just shooting down Jake. Okay? Disease is heavy. All right? Okay, and for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And when did the Israelites go into Egypt again with ships? And I'm talking about ancient Egypt. That never happened. That's talking about modern day Egypt. That's talking because the word Egypt means straits, okay? It basically means oppression, okay? So when was our people brought into oppression again? When they were taken into the transatlantic slave trade. That's when they were brought into oppression again. That's when they were brought to the new Egypt, which is spoken about in Revelations, man. Okay? And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. All right, so these Edomites, these so-called white people, are your enemies, man. You were sold unto your enemies, like it says in Joel, all right? For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, which means no man shall save. That's an old English word which means redeem, okay? The one who's going to redeem us is going to be Yahushua. All right, the Lord is going to redeem us, man. He's going to come to deliver His people. He's not coming for the rest of the nations. All right, because when the Lord comes back, that's bad news for the Edomites. That's bad news for the Moabites. Okay. The only people that's good news for is for the Israelites, because that's the establishment of our kingdom. Okay. All right, so it said that we would be brought into slavery on ships, man. No other nation went to slavery on ships, man, on ships as a whole, man. Nobody, man. I'm talking about packing millions of Israelites on ships and bringing them around the world. Mainly to the Western Hemisphere. Excuse me. Okay? That was the curse that was put upon us for disobeying the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave to us, man. Okay? Matter of fact, let me get Joel, the 3rd chapter. Because like I said, man, first of all, the scriptures documents everything. It documents everything, okay? So the Most High knows exactly all the wickedness that every nation has done, all right? And what's your nation, man? You know what nation you're from in the Bible? He doesn't know he's an Edomite. That's the problem, right? He thinks this is for him. This is not for him, man. The Edomites are going into slavery, man, okay? According to the Bible, all right? So like I said, man, the Most High documented everything, man. Okay? The Most High documented the downfall of the Israelites. He documented how each captivity that they went into, all the wickedness that they've done, and he judged them for it. He judged the Israelites for it, man, which is us, okay? But guess what? He's about to judge our enemies now. Now the tables are about to be turned, man. It's about to be a trading of places. Look at Joel, the 3rd chapter, man. Esau thinks because he give somebody, a homeless person, $2, he thinks that's gonna disannul the judgment. These Edomites are a joke, man. All right, this is Joel 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And that's what they did to us in slavery. All right? Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? Which Tyre and Zidon are Hamite nations, man. Hamitic people, right, which are so-called native Africans, right? They were dwelling in Tyre and Zidon. So when it says Tyre and Zidon, what has thou to do with me? It means the Most High is not dealing with Tyre and Zidon, okay? And all the coast of Palestine, which goes into the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, all right? They're mentioned as the Palestine in this scripture, okay? It encompasses all of Ishmael, because who made the slave ships? The Ishmaelites, man. They made the slave ships, okay? So the Africans gathered you Israelites up, all right? And the Ishmaelites, which are the so-called Arabs, they made the ships, all right? And if, Salaki, will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. All right? Which means he's not accepting no bribes. He's not accepting any type of sacrifice to disannul what you've done, man. All right? You can't make it right, in other words. All right? There is a way you can make it right. The only way you're going to make it right is by going into slavery under the Israelites for 1,000 years. All right? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. All right? And the Grecians represent all the so-called white people. All right? It mentions them as Grecians, just like it mentioned the Palestinians, all right? It mentioned Palestine, but it was talking about Ishmael as a whole, man, okay? The whole nation of Israel, all right? Because Ishmael is not just consisted of Palestine, Ishmael's consisted of some Saudi Arabians, all right? Some of the, who else is Ishmael? You have Afghanistan's Elam, Iraq, all right? You have Iraq, that's Ishmael, okay? You know, you have Syria, which is, there's Ishmaelites there, okay? So Ishmael, it's not just in Palestine, but it mentions Palestine, but that scripture encompasses all of Ishmael, okay? Because all of Ishmael is going to get the judgment, all right? He ain't just going to put Palestine into captivity. He's going to put all of Ishmael into captivity, man, all right? Because what? Ishmael made the ships. That's the spirit, because we have Ishmaelites passing out. Ishmael made the ships, okay? And the Hamites are the one who gathered the Israelites together and sold them to the Grecians, which are the so-called white people. All right, and the Edomites are not just encompassed, are not just represented by Greece, right? You have Edomites in Portugal, you have Edomites in Spain, you have Edomites in Rome. All right. So the Edomites are around all around, right? But it says the Grecians. Why does it specify the Grecians? Because the Israelites weren't sold into the Grecians by the, if you go back into secular history, we weren't sold into the Grecians. The Israelites were never sold into the Greeks by the Hamites and by the Ishmaelites. That never happened. That's talking about this modern day transatlantic slave trade, okay? That's what it's talking about, man. So that judgment that for these heathen is coming as well. Okay? The Most High is not going to acquit these heathen for what they've done to his people. Alright? Let me get Zechariah the 2nd chapter, man. And you Israelites, man, you have another thing coming, man. If you think these heathen, man, are your friends, man, and that they like you, man. These heathen are your enemy. Okay? We get Zechariah the 2nd chapter. This is Zechariah 2 verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts,